This is so exciting because it's unbelievable. We have an hour and we're going to sit and we're going to learn Chokhmah that is true, that actually works. Yeah? You get to hear what God said at Har Sinai. It's like unbelievable. Like if I only came to planet Earth for this hour, it would be worth it. When we last left off, we're dealing with a technique for creating miracles, for rising above the natural. And the introduction to the technique was Avram Avinu, when he triumphed in the battle with the 4 and 5 kings, was confronted with an immense amount of booty. There was all of these winnings from the war, and they're piled up in front of him, and Avram Avinu raises his hand and takes an oath. I swear, God, I will not take one jewel, I will not take one pearl, I won't take any, not even a shoelace from this pile, lest somebody say that human beings made Avram Avinu wealthy, not God. And we asked the question, why did he have to take an oath? Why did he have to swear? If he doesn't want to take from the booty, he can just walk away. He doesn't have to take an oath. What's that oath? And we ran headlong into this principle of our sages, that tzaddikim mashbim et yitzram, that a tzaddik forces his yetzer hara, his evil inclination, to take an oath. And we're trying to understand, what does that mean? What is this technique that he's using? So on the bottom of page Memhei, on the bottom of page 45 in the first volume of Das Chachma Musar, Rabbi Rucham explains, V'lo rak shelo ha'aminu latzmam mitzad midazu. Rucham says it's not just that the tzaddik doesn't trust himself. And that's really not at all what's happening, because Avram Avinu was a tzaddik on the highest conceivable level. If you pile up a bunch of diamonds and jewels in front of me and tell me don't take from them, so I'm a young Am Haaretz in the 21st century, and I'm not going to touch the jewels. So there was a chance Avram Avinu was going to touch the jewels. He wasn't going to touch the jewels. So Avram Avinu didn't trust himself. Maybe he didn't know who he was. Avram Avinu was not in touch with the essence of, that's impossible. He was Avram Avinu. He knew everything. He certainly knew who he was. So then why did he have to take the oath? So he says, it's not that he didn't trust himself. Ella. Shelo bitchu gam bezulatam. He says, they don't trust anybody else either. Now, it's not that they don't trust. That's not what it is. They act as if they don't trust. Not that they don't trust. Avram knew who he was, but he acts as if he doesn't trust himself, or as if he doesn't trust anybody else. Why? So I think I gave you the metaphor before. How close you come to the edge of the cliff once you're already one body length away from it, meaning I'm already 6 feet from the cliff. So now how close I come up to that 6-foot mark is the measure of how precious I find life. If I'm 6 feet from the cliff, I'm not going to fall over. Then why should I make the barrier between me and that cliff 8 feet away or 10 feet away? And the answer is, that is a statement. I'm being mechanach myself. I'm teaching myself. This is how precious life is. Life is so precious, I won't go within 15 feet of endangering my life. It's a chinuch technique. So if I love myself, I will be mechanach myself. I'll teach myself that I can't even come close to something which is disastrous. I mentioned before, I don't remember. I mentioned before the issue with Hannah, my wife, chewing bubble gum. Did I mention this? Yes. Yeah. She stopped chewing bubble gum when she met me because she figured out that I didn't like chewing bubble gum, and she didn't ever want to chew it after that. It was not that she wouldn't chew it in front of me or in my face. She wouldn't chew it because the relationship was so valuable for her. And when you hear that story, that's there's a certain chen, there's a certain chavivus, a preciousness, a dearness. There's a romance in that. All the romance is in the 10 feet away. That's where it all starts. I'll show you something interesting. If you violate a Torah commandment, chasvili, if a person violates a Torah commandment, there are all sorts of different punishments they get. Yeah, they might get a beating, they meet with lashes, whatever. They might also they make it a fine. But if a person violates a rabbinic fence law, it's always the same punishment. Death at the hands of God. It looks like the rabbinic fence laws are more serious than Torah laws. It's a very rare Torah law that someone gets put to death for. Any rabbinic violation, death at the hands of God. God will kill somebody for that. Why is it? Because this religion is not about efficiency, getting things done, making sure that we achieve the goal. That's not what this religion is about. This religion is about relationship. And all relationship is, how far do I step back from what's going to make my beloved crazy? How far do I step back from what's going to irritate the one that I care about? That's where all the romance is, in the rabbinic injunction. And therefore, lest we lose focus, God said, don't think that the ikar is the Torah commandment. Okay, if you eat pork, then it poisons your system and blows out all of your spiritual circuits. Big deal. If you come close to eating pork, that shows you don't care about God. That's a problem. That's the whole point. It's the romance. What does it have to do with miracles? In the world of teva, in the world of nature, in the world of efficiency and getting things done and all the pieces fitting precisely, in that world, there is no love. There is no relationship. Animals mate, right? Even when they communicate, they say, there's food there, there's danger there. But an animal can't say, I love you, you're the most precious thing that ever happened to me in my life, which is our statement to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. An animal can't say that. There's no romance in the natural world. If you want to be involved in romance, you move up into the supernatural realm. This whole essay is about a technique of moving into the supernatural realm where you move out of the world of technicalities and, I technically got it right, and you move into the world of, you are the most precious thing in the whole world. I won't go within 10 feet of what makes you crazy, right? That's the supernatural realm. So Rabbi Lawrence says, you want miracles? You got to be in the supernatural realm. You want to be in the supernatural realm? You've got to distance yourself from that which makes your beloved crazy, right? If you don't do that, you're not going to be walking in the realm where miracles are possible. What's about to happen is this concept of fence laws is about to become much bigger. What we said up until now is, people say, well, that's only rabbinic, so you don't have to worry about it so much. When we point out, someone who says that's only rabbinic, what they're saying is, that's only the relationship. They're not sensitive to the fact that I show her I love her because I say stay so far away from what bothers her. You want to enter into a relationship, you have to, I'm going to say it two ways now. I'll say it like I said it before, which is you have to make her feel safe. If she doesn't feel safe, she will not enter into the relationship. Okay, now I'm going to say it another way. It's the exact same thing. You have to show her how awesome your respect for her is. If we were to coin a phrase about what it's like when a man is getting ready to marry a woman in the world of Torah, we would say he must be smitten. That is, the man has to fall in awe. He must fall in awe with his wife. He has to have such awesome respect for her that it's inconceivable that he wouldn't take proper care of her. That has to be his position. The Torah doma lemetranisa. The Torah is like a woman. She has guards on both sides of her. Zotomeret, she holechet rak b'makom she betucha. That is, she only walks where she's completely safe, right? The kol b'kiyuma, everything has to be guaranteed that the Torah will be fulfilled, otherwise the Torah will not walk with you. Right? Exactly like the personality of the woman, she won't go with you unless she feels safe. What does it mean to be makabel the Torah? It means that the Torah will actually come to you. We have Gedolim, Bizman Hazeh, and Klal Yisrael has a great nose, the Jewish nation has a great nose, and we know who our Gedolim are, and Klal Yisrael turns to these people and we rely on them. So why do we rely on them? We rely on them because they have the Torah. The Torah actually went to them. So why did the Torah go to them? So read biographies of Gedolim. Then every biography of a Gadol, there is a small section which is devoted to his intellectual prowess. And then there's all the rest of his biography, which is how he's a mensch, and he sacrificed for Torah, and he was not a haughty person, he was a humble person. It's a whole story about the kind of person the Torah would seek out as a husband. That's who the Torah went to, someone who the Torah would seek out as a husband. But it's not that you can grab the Torah and do whatever you want. She will not go to somebody. To be makabel Torah, what it means is that she comes to you. So that's what he says. The Torah won't go to somebody without this condition being met. If I try to get a hold of the Torah without rabbinic fence laws, without accepting upon myself the curses, without being koveya, eating the Torah, without establishing a set time for learning Torah, the problem is I'm degrading her. I'm making the Torah feel cheap. He says it's haktanas erech Torah. It's a lack of awe, a lack of respect for her. V'nikra, that's called mechal es Torah. It's called profaning her. You're treating a Jewish girl cheaply. It's a lack of respect for her. That's the problem. And for that reason, she won't go to that person. This is like fascinating. If you want to move into the world of the supernatural, which is the world of God, if you want to move into the world of miracles, then you have to have awesome respect and awe for the one who dwells there, otherwise she will not hook up with you.